One benefit of never admitting you lost a presidential election, even though, of course, you did, is that you can just keep on acting like the president. That's exactly what Donald Trump is trying to do these days, overseeing a sort of shadow presidency for the base of the Republican Party in which COVID-19 isn't that big of a problem. The 2020 election was stolen and he was right about, well, everything else too. The latest example of Trump's shadow presidency came Wednesday, when the Washington Post reported that Trump had spoken with several of the family members of those killed by a suicide bomber in the final days of American military involvement in Afghanistan. Those calls follow hard on considerable controversy over President Joe Biden's visit to Dover Air Force Base to attend the dignified transfer of the bodies of the 13 American military members killed in the bombing. Several families refused to meet with Biden while others were confrontational with the president over his decision to end the war in Afghanistan after 20 years of American occupation. The general rule for former presidents is to stay out of national affairs, knowing perhaps better than anyone else on the planet that they are not clued into the full spectrum of an issue in nearly the same way the sitting president is. Obama, following his departure from the White House in early 2017, angered many liberals with his refusal to speak out against Trump and his efforts to summarily roll back many of the measures the 44th president had put in place over 8 years. Trump, never one to overly concern himself with how presidents past have behaved, hasn't even ever acknowledged that Biden won the presidency fair and square, much less stepped back in terms of a public role. He has pushed conspiracy theories about non-existent voter fraud in places like Arizona, Georgia and Wisconsin. He has suggested that Biden is doing a horrible job in dealing with COVID-19. On Afghanistan, Trump has said that never in history has a withdrawal from war been handled so badly or incompetently as the Biden administration's withdrawal from Afghanistan. In short, Trump has continued to act as though the 2020 campaign is ongoing, which, for him, it apparently is. Rather than issuing a call for unity after a hard-fought race, that decision has, not surprisingly, left the country as divided, if not more, than we were in the heart of the 2020 campaign. And turned things like getting vaccinated against a deadly virus that has killed more than 650,000 Americans and counting.